Hello everyone, what's up? It's me, Jackie, and welcome back to another video. So for this video, a very exciting one for you guys. This week, I'm actually telling you guys all about the experience of how I came to be a pink campus rep and how you can be one too. I'm gonna walk you guys through all the tea of behind the scenes of the application process, as well as what you get to do in your role of being a campus rep, and also just what to know before applying. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into this week's video and see how I became a pink campus rep and how you can be one too. So the first part of this video is gonna be dedicated to how I became aware of the Pink Campus Rep program and overall just how I became a Pink Campus Rep. Starting way back in my senior year of high school, I was in my second semester. Pretty sure it was probably like March quarantine time because I remember just being on TikTok. I downloaded TikTok in quarantine and just scrolling through. I eventually stumbled across this TikToker named Sarah, who's actually a previous campus rep, and I believe she was doing an unboxing of what she received from Pink in a month, and I was like, oh, she's receiving packages from Pink? How did she do that? So I looked through her page, found out that she was a Pink campus rep, and I was blown away. I never really knew that Pink and other companies like that had campus representative programs, so it just opened my eyes to a whole world of that. I was so interested, so I looked up on Google VS Pink campus rep. I found the website and I scrolled through all the details of what the campus rep program entailed. I noticed that they had applications for it, so I was like, oh, let's fill one out. Turns out it was way past the deadline though, because applications typically run from January 1st to January 31st. So by the time it was March, applications had already been done with. So I was a little bit bummed, but nevertheless made sure to keep in mind that this Pink Campus Rep program was a thing so that I could possibly apply for it in my freshman year of college. Here's a little tip in general that some people may not know is that you can actually apply for the Pink Campus Rep program in your senior year of high school going into your freshman year of college, but I feel like it's not as common or not as likely just because you do have to have been accepted into your school and know that you're going to that school by the time applications roll around, and that's in January. Most people don't really hear acceptances up until March, so it's not as likely, but let's say you have like an early decision acceptance or something, you can definitely make it possible. That's just a little tip if you are in your senior year of high school and want to know. Anyways, I kept that in mind and just rolled on with my months, but it wasn't up until my freshman year of college that I found my school's VS Pink Instagram page and went ahead and followed it. All schools in the campus rep program do have a majority of the social medias out there, as well as Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. So definitely go onto the VS Pink campus rep website and try to find your school on there. Most schools in the nation honestly do have a Pink campus rep program, but some also don't. So don't feel let down if your school doesn't have one yet, because honestly, you can make it happen. You can apply for your school and try to make one of your schools be a part of the program. I've definitely seen that happen for some people, and I'm just so happy for them. It's definitely possible. Don't let that bring you down. Anyways, I followed my school's Instagram page and waited around until there was something that I could be a part of, and that's when I found out that they actually had a campus team. So I waited and watched the Instagram page until those campus team applications came out, and when they were released in January for the spring semester, I went ahead and applied. Funny thing is that I actually applied for both the campus team and the campus rep position literally at the same exact time, just because they both came out in January. So it's really funny how that worked out, but nevertheless, I went ahead and did it. Here's another tip is that being on the campus team is literally key to trying to become a campus rep. If you don't know what a campus team is, it's basically a team that consists of 5 members that are hand selected by the campus reps of that school. It's a very similar application to the campus rep application, but you have 5 chances to be a part of this compared to the 2 for the campus rep. These 5 girls are in 5 different roles that range from being a freshman liaison to trendsetter to a photographer. Literally, there's something for everyone to apply to. So definitely if your school has a campus team, apply to that. Being on this team gives you a behind the scenes look of everything that goes into being a campus rep. These 5 roles do add up to what one campus rep has to be in charge of. So these team members basically just assist them in getting responsibilities done for the social media platforms, as well as behind the scenes work like outreach and partnerships. Think of your campus reps as your mentors. Apply to the team. It is such a key to knowing the importance of the campus rep program. But since I did apply to the campus team and the rep position at the same time, that being said, I had never been on a campus team before when I was filling out my written application. I was actually never even a part of any sort of club on campus just because of COVID. Nevertheless, I went ahead and persisted and applied to the campus rep position. I made sure to put full effort and full detail into all of my answers on the rep application just because I wanted them to get to know me the best they could through these written answers. And since I wasn't in a club, I had to write down that I wasn't in any clubs, but I didn't let that that let me down because I went ahead and made sure that my spring semester was dedicated to getting into clubs. So I was able to apply and get into her campus, as well as eventually getting accepted and being on the campus team. My role that I was accepted into on the Pink campus team was actually freshman liaison, and this role basically just encompasses freshman marketing. Like, you have to market Pink and your Pink social media page to the freshman population at your school. Through that, I literally had to take a little bit of every single role and use that in my role. Like, sometimes I did shoots with my reps. I came up with cool little TikTok styling trends, which is usually what the trendsetter does, styling and taking photos of myself, and flat lays, which is usually what the social media guru does, and also just networking to my freshman population, which is what outreach and partnerships does. So I literally did a little bit of everything in my role, which was honestly the most helpful thing to me, just because I got to dip into every single thing and see what one campus rep would do. So not only did it allow me to get to know the Pink campus rep position a little bit more, it also made me understand what had to be done to be successful in a position like this. But anyways, after writing all my answers thoroughly, I went ahead and submitted my application. And then a month later in February, the second round of applications were actually released, and I was lucky enough to move on to the second round, which was all about mood boards. As I had already went through the campus team application, I actually had already made a mood board for that application. So definitely I took a lot of inspiration from that, just because that is what helped me move on to being on the campus team. So I had already known what the campus reps liked, so I definitely had a little inkling that the people going through the applications would like that as well. My mood board was definitely light, bright, and had a very pink aesthetic to it by adding touches of pinks, adding touches of girl power quotes. Literally, I went into Pink's mission and found out everything that they cared about, and that is what I made sure to include in my mood board, but definitely in a subtle manner that didn't make it super obvious that I knew everything about them, but also made it seem like I was aware of what their aesthetic and what their morals were, which definitely aligned with mine, so didn't have to do much work there. Pink loves attention to detail and loves knowing that you're aware of their brand aesthetic, so definitely take that all into account. But what you don't want to do, well, you can do it, but I would highly suggest against it, is just using product photos from their website or just using really old Pink aesthetics that they might not be using in their brand anymore. You want to be aware of what's going on in the now, and you don't want to be too obvious what you're making a mood board about. So take that into account and do with that information what you will. So with that, I went ahead and crafted my mood board and submitted that the next day. So I was super quick with it, honestly. But a month after that, the third round of applications finally rolled around. You guys, at this point, I was literally just so excited and just so shocked that I made it onto the third round. I had confidence in myself, but sometimes I like to self-doubt myself, but this moment I was just so proud of. So anyways, the third round is actually an interview round, and this is where they get to know you, obviously, because they're talking straight to your face. So I received an email that I had to schedule an appointment to be interviewed, so I went ahead and literally did that as soon as I got that email. So tip, definitely keep your email notifications on, because you want to schedule your appointment as soon as you receive that email, just because appointment spots are definitely limited. So you definitely want to find the one that fits the best with your schedule, just so that you don't have any conflicting times. For this round, you guys, I was literally so nervous. Interviews are definitely something that get my anxiousness levels going up and through the roof. By the time I scheduled my interview and to the point when the interview actually was, I literally just had an 8-day time slot to prepare for this literal once in a lifetime moment. I did a lot for preparation, but one of the things that I did do was actually ask my campus reps some tips on what to wear during this interview process. So here's a tip for you guys on what to wear during your interview. Definitely dress casual, but not casual enough to be bummy, if you know what I mean. And if you own anything pink, definitely make that known and wear that during your interview. I actually wore my campus team shirt just because I wanted that to be a conversation starter, which it definitely was. If you are on the campus team, definitely wear that, but nevertheless, you can definitely wear another pink piece or just dress super casual, but just have like your makeup and hair done up. Another thing that I did to prepare for this interview is actually another tip that I want to give you guys, which is writing down just general interview questions that you could be asked literally during any interview, and just write down potential answers that could be answers to those questions. For an interview, you can never be sure on exactly what they're going to ask you, but you can have a general idea of general interview questions that are asked, such as why do you want to work for us? Why do you want to be in this position? And furthermore, so definitely just brainstorm some questions in mind, write those down, write down the potential answers, and just memorize those key points. You obviously don't want to go into the interview just saying all these memorized points, but you do want to have a general idea of what to say, just so you're not stuck and just blank faced and just don't know what to say to them. them. Many reps actually do use some questions that could be used in the interview in their campus team application, so definitely go through your campus team application, maybe write those down and just be prepared to say them. Besides all that solo preparation, Pink also was a great help in preparation because the day before the interview, I was sent an outline with just general points on the campus rep position, what Pink stands for, and so on. So I definitely read through that outline, and that's also something you want to do if you do want to be prepared a little bit more for this interview. Now, when it was the big day of my interview, I prepared so much this day, you guys. I was a nervous wreck. Like, I couldn't contain my nervousness. I got dressed into my campus team shirt. I got my hair and my makeup done and made sure that I was camera ready. I also just like set up my Skype on my computer and made sure the whole application was running fine and made sure my Wi-Fi was good. I literally did everything that needed to be done. I also sat on Skype 10 minutes before the interview started, just like be prepared in case anything started a little bit early or if they started a little bit late, just so that I could be aware of what was going on, because I didn't want to click Skype right the time started and just have them already be on for like 2 minutes. And when the interview started, you guys, I calmed myself down, put on my confidence face, and literally went into it as confident as I could. I treated this interview like a conversation, and that's another tip, is that you want to treat interviews like a conversation, definitely a more formal one, but you don't want it to just seem like a question and answer type of interview. You want it to be like a little conversation. You want them to feel comfortable with you, and by making a conversation, you can also just feel a little bit more comfortable within yourself. I feel like this definitely allowed the person interviewing me to have a good impression of me, just because they realized how confident and extroverted I really was. Went ahead and wrapped up the interview, and I was feeling obviously a little bit worried just because I wasn't sure I would get the position, but a little confident because I knew that I put my all into this interview and just overall into the whole application process. A month and a week later, I finally heard back on what the verdict was. I was a little shocked how fast my response came back, because I've heard that some people get the response in June, so getting mine in April was definitely a little shocking, but a little bit exciting. That being said, that I was in April, it was actually my birthday, which was literally such a coincidence, you guys. I cannot believe it. And funny enough, I was also in a team meeting with my campus reps and my campus team. When I was on the call, I got a notification that said, "You're in," and you guys, I was so freaking happy. Literally everything that I did in my life amounted to this, and it was just such a great accomplishment. So I got my acceptance, and within the next couple of minutes, I emailed back my acceptance to the position, and that's when it all started for me. As the months went on after my acceptance, I heard back about orientation, which is Pink brand training. This brand training typically takes place late into summer, around July, August-ish, before the school year starts. Typically, it takes place in person in Ohio, where their headquarters are located, but with COVID, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to do that. So we had an online brand training and got all the information about that. It was a 3-day virtual orientation where we got to learn all about the brand, all about self-care, and all about what it's like to be a successful campus rep. We got to do panels with famous YouTubers like Brooklyn and Bailey and receive awesome goodie bags that I actually unboxed for you guys on this channel. If you want to go look at it up in the cards and in the description box. They sent 3 awesome bags with a whole bunch of Pink filled stuff. These 3 days are mandatory, so definitely make sure to clear out your schedule for these days, as you're going to be busy, and you don't want to miss any of it, because that's definitely a requirement to be in this role. After brand training, we basically got to prep for the school year and just be on our A game before the semester started. And when that rolled around, we began posting actively on our social media pages, our Instagram, our Twitter, our TikTok. We also got to begin hosting and marketing events on campus finally. We also held giveaways for the student population. In our social medias, we were able to promote Pink sales and anything that Pink was doing, such as promote collaborations that Pink was doing with certain companies like Anomaly, as well as collaborations with super awesome famous people like Chloe and Halle, as well as promoting things such as their Giving Tuesdays, which is when they donate to organizations every Tuesday. All this was done through Instagram posts, Instagram reels, Instagram stories, TikToks, Twitter posts, literally everything. And that's still ongoing into the spring semester, because the campus rep role does entail the whole year. So we've got a whole lot more work to do. Besides that, we also got to put together our Pink campus team, and it was super awesome to see the application process from the other side. And with our team, we also held weekly meetings and just made sure that we got all things covered on how to make them the best. It's definitely been a lot, but it's definitely so worth it, and what you put into it is what you're gonna get out of the whole experience. So that's pretty much overall how I came to be a Pink campus rep and what I'm doing in my role right now. I hope you guys are not tired of me rambling on and on just yet, because we're gonna move into the perks of being a Pink campus rep. There's definitely so many, you guys. Like, if I listed every single one, I would be going on for ages, but I'm gonna go ahead and list just a couple of the key important ones. First of all, being a Pink campus rep, you get lots and lots and lots of free goodies. From the campus rep welcome box to exclusive first looks at collaborations with Pink, like the super awesome duffel that I got from the Chloe x Halle collaboration, to usual monthly clothing piece shipments. You literally receive so much that sometimes you don't even know what to do with it all. High school me is so jealous and just so excited for what's to come. And besides just the general shipments that every single rep receives, you can receive bonus shipments of super awesome things through incentives, such as doing super great at an event that you host at school, or being one of the top social media pages of the month. There's so many other ways to win free goodies through Pink. My school was recognized for an event that we hosted, and we were able to receive some products from Glossier as well as a Pink beauty set. So literally there's so many chances to win free things, and you guys are seriously going to want to put in the work if you are a campus rep. Besides all the free goodies that you receive, you also do get paid by being in the Pink campus rep program, which is literally so exciting, you guys. Like, with college expenses, things get expensive, so definitely getting paid is a super great bonus. Another super great perk is that you can actually get to be hand selected to go on incentive trips across the nation, you guys. This is something that I cannot wait to one day be selected to do. So along with brand training, which is an all expenses paid trip to Columbus, Ohio, you can also be selected to go on these other trips, which go on in each semester. And these trips are earned by being one of the top 10 schools in the campus rep program. Previous trips have ranged from New York to Arizona, so Pink spoils us with everything, and I'm so excited to one day hopefully get the chance to go on one of these trips. You also get to collaborate with Pink's social media team to bring amazing content to their social media platforms, and this can be done through submitting TikToks, photos, and even YouTube videos into their social media team, and this can eventually be featured onto all their social media platforms, which definitely helps out with exposure to you and gets you a little bit more experience in the whole social media world. I have actually done a YouTube video with Pink in the past that was actually posted on their channel, and I have been featured on the Pink Instagram and have been posted onto their TikTok page. So literally anything can be done if you put in the work. As mentioned, in brand training, we do get to have awesome panels with amazing public figures and people at Pink, but these panels do go on throughout the year, and you get to learn a lot more about what goes on behind the scenes. And one time we actually did get to also speak with the CEO of Pink, which was amazing, and just talk to the social media team. And overall, these panels and just being a campus rep in general also allows you to make lots and lots and lots of connections through networking with other campus reps, with people who work at Pink, with even some companies that may collaborate with Pink. You get all of the amazing chances to network, and this will definitely be beneficial in your future endeavors if you do happen to go into something that is around the realm of marketing or advertising, or literally anything into any career you choose to go into. And overall, through this whole experience of being a campus rep, you get hands-on marketing experience, and definitely in my boat, this is extremely helpful because as an advertising major and a marketing communications concentrated major, I definitely need this a whole lot because this is something that I do want to focus on in the future. So by getting my hands on this, it will definitely help me a whole lot for having skills that are needed for my future endeavors. There are so many perks about being a campus rep, you guys. Like, literally I could go on and on forever, but those are the main ones that you want to be aware of. Moving on into the last segment of this video, we're going to touch into what to know before applying to be a campus rep. First of all, you're going to want to know that this is a huge time commitment, you guys. So much of my week goes into getting Pink stuff done. So definitely having a planner on you and planning out your days and your weeks accordingly will allow you to not burn out, because I know that is so common when you put your all into something. And also in general, since this is a huge time commitment, you're not going to want to burden yourself with too many extracurriculars going on in your life. If you commit to too many things, you're just going to feel so overwhelmed and not have time for literally anything at the end of the day. So just know that this is a huge time commitment, and what you put into it definitely is what you're going to get out. Another thing that you're going to want to know before being a Pink campus rep is that you're going to need to be social and be able to network with people. Overall, this role is essentially marketing. So you're going to need to be able to network with people on campus, network with fellow local businesses in your area, network with other campus reps. You're going to need to be social overall. So make sure that you put on your little extroverted hat and just talk to people, because you're going to need to be talking in any manner that comes your way. Another thing to note before applying to be a campus rep or just being a campus rep is that most campus reps out there want you to be successful because they love girls supporting girls. So if you have any questions maybe about the application, or have any questions about overall your role of being a rep, like what to do for a certain event or how to market a certain thing to a certain person, you're gonna definitely feel free to reach out to any reps with any questions. Like, I myself am a rep, so definitely feel free to reach out to me with any questions you may have. Just know that the world is open and it doesn't hurt to try. Last thing to note before applying and before being a campus rep is that you're gonna want to want to be prepared for the best year of your life. This role definitely entails a whole lot, but you definitely get a whole lot of the experience. So this is going to be your time to shine and your time to put everything you've got into it. So definitely don't take this time for granted and get everything you want to get out of it. With that and all of my rambling, that's pretty much going to be it for this week's video. I hope you guys definitely got a look-see into overall the whole campus rep program and what it's like to apply, what it's like to be one, what are the perks, what you need to know. If you have any more questions, definitely feel free to leave them down in the comments down below and ask away, because I will be so excited to answer them and help you guys out with any part of the application process. If you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below to get new videos every single week. I post every single Friday, and if you want to know exactly what time I post at, go ahead and click the bell notification to be notified every time I post a new video. Follow all my socials. I'm very active on those. Love interacting with you guys on there. And also, if you want to, go ahead and follow the Pink San Jose State page, which is my school's page, to be aware of any pink things happening. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I can't wait to see you guys in next week's video. Bye, cuties!